Natasha, what did you struggle most when implementing the ketogenic diet?
Yeah, so when I was starting to implement the ketogenic diet, I really made sure that I was going to be as organized as I could. So I tried to simplify things in terms of what I was going to eat. So I made a lot of casseroles. I really focused on just having, you know, maybe up to 10 different food items because I already knew I was going to struggle with what to eat and how to eat in terms of like recipes and that kind of thing. So I tried to really simplify it. The thing I struggled with during transition was honestly my sleep. I had a very disrupted sleep, probably for about a week. And I just had to trust myself, knowing that it was my metabolism shifting to a different type of, essentially a different type of way of being, right? Like you never know when you're starting to go from burning glucose to burning more ketones and you're getting that metabolism shift. You don't know how it's going to affect you in your body. So I had some strange symptoms in terms of like very, very disrupted sleep, just a lot of energy, almost like hypomanic type symptoms. But I knew it was because I was transitioning to the diet. So I really just stuck to it. And then in a few days, it got a lot easier. So that's really what stands out to me the most is that sleep component because it was very abnormal for me. What about for you? What did you struggle with?
So for me, I think the biggest struggle was first of all shifting from like not eating carbohydrates. It's just always been such a big part of what I ate that it was hard to obviously rethink my eating patterns without carbohydrate. The other thing was also because I was reaching out a lot and relying on foods that I did not cook, like processed foods, easy to access, to grab on the go. On keto, that was not the case. I had to cook from scratch. I had a lot of cravings at first, which honestly, for me, the motivation of making this diet work for my mental health was so big that I was willing to deal with, but those were there. Cravings were there. I would also say that weighing my food, having to track it in a carb manager app, all of this was new to me, and definitely I was not very comfortable. That was like a big commitment. And probably the adjustment to eating one or two meals a day took me a while to get there. But obviously once I learned how to do that with time and practice. Things started flowing. But in the beginning, those were some of the major things, I think. Um, and probably one more thing, knowing what keto-friendly foods are and what amounts I can eat to sustain my goals. I remember not knowing that, like learning as I go on it. So that created a little bit of stress and pressure in the beginning.
Mhm, mhm. And that's where that prep piece is so important.
Yeah.